Hello everyone, welcome to the next game in the 2015 Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. I've taken a little bit of time off from this league to get my History Maker baseball thing going and Game of the Week going and all that stuff for Saturday. NBC Game of the Week 1986 rotation. But we're back now for one of the games in Series 9. This is between the Boston Red Sox and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Boston enters the game 14-10. And Arizona enters 11-13. Starting pitchers for today's game: Wade Miley for the Red Sox, a left-hander, and right-hander Ruby De La Rosa for the Diamondbacks. Looking at the records for De La Rosa, he enters the game 2-3 with a 5.72 ERA. 28 innings pitched, 30 hits, 9 walks, 21 strikeouts. So De La Rosa will try to even that record to 3-3, and he will go out there and finish his warm-up tosses here at Chase Field in Arizona. At least I think that's what it was called in 2015. And Jackie Bradley Jr., the red hot. I mean, he had been red hot ever since he moved to the leadoff spot from the number 9 position. He has just kind of embraced that and taken off, and bumped Mookie Betts out of the leadoff spot for sure, dropped him down to third. You see the order right here, the batting order for both teams, the bench available players for both teams, and the bullpens for both teams. Jackie Bradley Jr. is hitting .328, 4 homers, 8 driven in. I do have the dice trying to get as close to Arizona colors as I could. So we shall see how this plays out. This is advanced only, remember, not the super advanced that I do for the NBC Game of the Week. It's advanced only. Advanced fielding, no clutch, no ballpark effects, that kind of thing. So here is De La Rosa pitching to Bradley. 1-6, and that's a strikeout. So Jackie Bradley takes the whiff, and there's one away. I do have the game up on the computer, so I'm going to score it as we're playing it so I can give you up-to-date stats and get a box score and all that good stuff. Dustin Pedroia, the number 2 hitter, he's hitting .306. 3 homers, 14 driven in. That's a 1-7. And that's a ground ball to short. 2 up and 2 down. Quickly by De La Rosa, as he's looking to make quick work of the Red Sox here in this ball game. Mookie Betts, number 3 hitter, used to be the leadoff hitter. Of course, now he's up to number 3 in the order, or down to number 3 in the order, I guess would be technically correct. And Mookie Betts hitting only .237, a homer and 7 driven in. That's a 1-4, and for Mookie Betts, he's going to line it to third. Easy play over there by the third baseman, Tomas, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox. As they go down quietly in the top of the first, we go to the bottom of the first. It is Boston 0, Arizona coming to bat. And on the mound for the Red Sox is lefty Wade Miley. And we'll get the numbers on Miley. And Miley is entering the game 2-1 with a 2.87 ERA. In 31 innings pitched, 28 hits, 7 walks, and 20 strikeouts. And leading off for the Diamondbacks will be left-hander Ender Inciarte. Inciarte on the season replay is hitting .304, no homers and 8 runs driven in. This is game number 15 for each of the teams out of 54. I'm sorry, not 15, game 25. My bad. It's game 25 out of 54. We're almost at the halfway point. I know 15 sounded weird. Yeah, game number 25 out of 54. So we're almost at the halfway mark. 6-5 rather for the lefty Miley against Inciarte. The lefty will be a fly to left. I'll get my tongue tied straight in a minute. Inciarte is retired. Fly ball out to Shaw in left field. 1 down, and that's going to bring up shortstop Nick Ahmed. And Ahmed's been struggling, only 147. He does have 4 homers and 11 driven in, but that 147 average is a little concerning, you would think. 5-5 against the right-hander. He's going to ground to short. Bogart's Johnny on the spot. And that's 2 away. 2 up and 2 down. Neither team wants to show any offense, apparently, at least early on. And for the Diamondbacks now, it'll be number 3 hitter, Paul Goldschmidt. He's hitting .337, 3 homers, and 12 driven in. 1-8 against the left-hander. That's a single to left field. So Goldschmidt finally, somebody gets a base hit, and it's Paul Goldschmidt. So Goldie gets the 2-out single. He will be at first base with 2 down for center fielder A.J. Pollock. So Pollock the batter. And Pollock enters the game hitting .346, 4 homers, 13 driven in. 6-5, and that's a fly to left to end the inning. So the lone single there by Goldschmidt really didn't do a whole lot. I took the plastic covering off the ballpark picture because it was putting a glare. The plastic covering was putting a glare on the video. But by taking it off, it makes the thing stick to there. So I kind of have to pick my poison, I guess. The fly to left by Goldschmidt ends the inning at the end of 1. No score here from Chase Field. We go to the top of the second. Ruby De La Rosa, rather. It's spelled like Rubby, but it's pronounced Ruby. He'll be facing Big Papi, David Ortiz, and it might be easier for me just to stack the cards up and peel off the batters as they happen. Maybe that's the easier way to do it. We'll try it out and see how it does. Ortiz enters the game hitting .301, 4 homers, 14 driven in. That's a 4-9 against a lefty for De La Rosa. 4-9 is a fly to center field. 1 away. So Ortiz is retired. And that will send us to Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop. He's hitting .356, 4 homers, 9 driven in. One of the hottest players in the league is Bogaerts. 2-10. Not this time. He's going to ground it back to De La Rosa. And there are 2 outs that quickly. So the bats seem to be dormant for these teams. Here's the Panda, Pablo Sandoval. He's only hitting a .164, 2 homers, 7 driven in. 5-10, switch hitter batting left for De La Rosa. 5-10's a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. So again, easy inning for De La Rosa, and nothing doing for the Red Sox here in the second. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Still no score from Arizona. Wade Miley back out. And for the D-backs, it'll be left fielder David Peralta to lead things off. Peralta. Enters the game hitting .238, 3 homers, 8 driven in. Lefty on lefty matchup. .312 for Peralta. That's a single. Super advanced, you'd have that split there, but not in advance. That is a straight out single. So leadoff single off the bat of Peralta. He is aboard. Could be a threat to steal. The catcher in this case is Sandy Leone for the Red Sox. And Leone is a -3 arm, so that could deter him. He is a C stealer, so he's not with the -3 arm, he's not going to go anywhere. He'll stand pat, and here's Yosmani Tomas, third baseman, hitting .262, a homer and 7 driven in. Infield double play depth for the Red Sox. 4-9 against a right-handed hitter in Tomas. Getting tongue-tied here. 4-9's a strikeout. So Tomas is out of there on strikes. Tomas always sounds like Nomos, Roberto Duran Nomos, every time I hear it. His name, that's the first thing that pops into my head. Here's Wellington Castillo, catcher, hitting .231. He's only had 13 at-bats. Recent acquisition from the Mariners in the Mark Trumbo deal. And 13 at-bats has always had, a homer and 2 runs driven in, hitting .231. That's a 2-7 against the lefty. He's going to strike out. So Castillo out on strikes, back-to-back Ks for Wade Miley. And as I'm trying to enter this game in the computer left-handed, I need like 5 hands, I think. I accidentally hit the single button instead of the strikeout button. There we go. Now we got 2 outs. And that's going to send us to Chris Owings. Owings is only hitting a .136, a homer, and 4 driven in. 2-7, and for Owings against the left-hander, 2-7 is a ground ball to short, but there's a plus sign there, and Peralta was being held, so that's going to send Peralta to third base. Turns into a single, 2 stars, and so Chris Owings gets the benefit of the runner being held on, and it's going to put runners at the corners with 2 down. But we do have now the pitcher, De La Rosa. So not much chance for De La Rosa to do anything here. Miley, good chance to get out of the inning, obviously. 1-4 for De La Rosa against the left-handed pitcher is a strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing there for the Diamondbacks in the second. Put a couple guys on, but couldn't make anything happen. Go to the third. Still no score. Ruby, I keep on calling Ruby. Ruby De La Rosa will be facing bottom part of the order for the Red Sox. Shaw, Leone, and Wade Miley. Travis Shaw hitting .333, 2 homers, 7 driven in. He's in there for his offense, not for his defense. He is a 5 in left field, but they'll trade that to get some offense. 5-8 against the lefty. That's a walk. So Travis Shaw pays dividends by being out there instead of having somebody else. Although it did come off the pitcher card, but still, it's just the fact that he's there maybe affects things, and he draws a leadoff walk. Try to get something started for the Red Sox. And I'm looking through all my little stuff here, and for some reason, there he is. He was hiding. Travis Shaw was hiding. There, you get out there, Travis. He draws the 1-out walk. And it'll be Sandy Leone, the batter. Leone hitting .207, no homers and 1 driven in. Infield double play depth. Shaw not being held on. 6-9, and De La Rosa against the switch hitter batting left. That's a strikeout for out number 1. It puts the K on Mr. Leone, and now pitcher hitting card number 1 for Wade Miley. That's a 4-7, and that's going to be a walk. How about that? Actually, no, Miley's a left-handed batter. So 4-7 is going to be a base hit. How about that? 1-6 will be a double. It's going to be a single, 2 stars. So Shaw will go to third. And talk about helping out your own cause. Wade Miley, a 1-out single. And that's just something that's totally unexpected. You definitely weren't expecting that. I don't think I have a printout of Wade Miley to put on the base paths. Thought I had one, but I guess I don't. I don't see one. Unless it's over here and I just misplaced it. See if there's anything for Wade Miley. Might have gotten hidden in with my other stuff. I don't know. It's not really that important, I don't suppose. Could just be a pawn there to let you know runner's on base. But yeah, I'm not seeing Wade Miley anywhere. I thought I had something for him. Apparently I do not, or he's hiding so well that I can't find him, one or the other. So at this point, I'll just take one of the guys that are not playing in the game and put him over there. And we'll know that's the pitcher, Wade Miley. So Wade Miley, a 1-out single, takes us back to the top of the order for Jackie Bradley Jr. And Bradley, his first time up, went down on strikes. But he's got a golden opportunity here. Runners at the corners. Only 1 out. The infield, of course, not holding the runner on first. They're playing for the double play if they can get it. 2-6 for Bradley. Struck him out. It got a big damage in column 2, but number 6 is not one of those numbers. He strikes out for out number 2. A huge strikeout for De La Rosa. And now he gets out of it with just a regular out, not worrying about runner advancement as long as you get Pedroia. 2-10, and he walks Pedroia. That will load the bases. So he really didn't want to do that. but that's the predicament he finds himself in. Bases are loaded with Sox. And it brings up Mookie Betts. Chance for the Red Sox to crack the scoreboard. 6-8, and they won't do it. It's a fly to right. That's going to end the inning. The Red Sox will leave them loaded. And that could very well come back to kick them in the rear end before this game is over. You leave the bases loaded, you miss those golden opportunities. They don't come around all the time. And when you miss them, boy, it's like a gut punch. So nothing there for the Sox as Mookie Betts was unable to drive the run home. And we go to the bottom of the third, still no score. Wade Miley thought he was going to get some run support, did not. And he'll be facing the top of the order, Ender Inciarte. He flew to left his first chance. Lefty on lefty, 6-7. And that's a fly to center, one away. So one down. And that's going to bring up Nick Ahmed. 1-5 for the lefty, against the lefty for Ahmed. It's a ground ball to second. Handled easily by Pedroia. 2 away for Paul Goldschmidt. 5-7, and that's trouble for Miley. 1-3 is a double. Anything else will be a single. That is a single for Goldschmidt. So Goldie will reach. A 2-out single for Goldschmidt. And it's going to send up Pollock. Goldschmidt's a double-A stealer, which starts him as a 17. Being held makes him a 15, and then -3 from Leon will make him a 12. Could try to steal and get in scoring position. 1-12, that's a 60% chance. So they're going to send him with 2 outs. They're going to take a chance. And he gets thrown out. So there you go. You try to be aggressive, and it just doesn't pay off. But when you're not scoring runs, you try to manufacture them. And sometimes you manufacture yourself right out of an inning. So Pollock, who was at bat at that point, will lead off the next inning after the caught stealing. The out's going to go 2-4 as Pedroia put on the tag. We go to the fourth. Still no score from Arizona. It'll be Poppy, Big Poppy Ortiz will lead off for the Red Sox against De La Rosa. Ortiz flew to center his first chance. 2-7, and that's a chance for a home run right there. 1-8 would be a home run for Ortiz. It would be his 5th of the season on a 1-8. It is gone. David Ortiz just cracks the home run to get the Red Sox on the board. And they didn't waste any time with runners on base on that one. They just plastered that one, and Bogarts got it done. I'm sorry, Ortiz got it done. Here's Bogarts. 6-6, and that's going to be more trouble for De La Rosa. 1-3 is a double. 4-20 is your single. That's a single for Xander Bogarts. So Xander Bogarts, a one-out, or not a one-out single, but a single after the home run from Ortiz. And the Red Sox, second time around, starting to get to De La Rosa, perhaps. He fooled him the first time, but maybe not so much this time. Here's the Panda, Pablo Sandoval. Bogarts, B stealer. The arm of Castillo is a -1, though. So B stealer's a 13. Being held makes him a 10. -1 makes him 9. So they'll hold him there. And Arizona will hold him on, but they won't. Red Sox will not send Bogarts. Here's the Panda. 4-7 against the switch hitter lefty. 4-7 is going to be another base hit. 1-6 a double. That is a single, 2 stars. So Bogarts will trot over to third base, and all of a sudden De La Rosa's in serious trouble. Runners on the corners. Still nobody out for the tough-hitting Travis Shaw. Of course, they will not hold Sandoval on. Diamondbacks are playing back for the double play. They'll give up a run to get the double play. They need outs in the worst way. 1-9, and they got a strikeout, so that certainly helps as De La Rosa puts down Shaw and strikes. Now a double play will get him out of the inning, and Leon's a good double play candidate for that, so they are playing back for the double play. 1-9. And there, right on cue, 1-9's a ground ball shortstop A. That'll be a 6-4-3 double play, which will end the inning and limit the damage to just 1 run. I'll tell you, De La Rosa very fortunate to get out of that with just 1 run. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's Boston 1 and Arizona nothing. But as I said, it could have been a lot worse. Red Sox again leaving guys on base and grounding into double plays. When you're ahead, you doesn't really think about it too much, but boy, down the road in this ball game, that could come back to bite you. All right, A.J. Pollock will lead off. He was at bat when Goldschmidt was caught stealing. That is a 2-12 against the lefty, and that's a single to left field for Pollock. So Diamondbacks now trying to get something going as A.J. Pollock gets himself a leadoff single. He is aboard. He's a double-A stealer as well, but do they tempt fate again? They just got caught stealing with Goldschmidt. But you know what? They're going to try it again with Pollock. Double-A stealer, starts as a 17, being held makes him a 15, -3 from Leon makes him a 12. So again, a 1-12, he'll steal it. And he does, and it's a 1. It's a possible throwing error on Leon. Leon's T rating is only a 1, though. This has to be a 1 again for it to be an error. And it's not. So, but it will be a stolen base for Pollock. He steals second, gets himself into scoring position. With nobody out for Peralta, Pollock will be held at second. It's a 5-5 against the lefty. It's a fly ball right field B. Fly ball right field B. Now, will the runner move up? That's the question. And I'm going to pause the video. It's been so long since I played Advanced because I've gotten away from this league a little bit. I need to double check the rules and make sure. I'm pretty sure he can tag up, but I don't know if it's automatic or whether you have to try for it or roll for it. So, lacking the knowledge, I will pause the video and check the rule book. Okay, and this is what I thought was going to happen on that. He does have the chance to move up. We are using the run rating +2 and then the outfielder's arm to do a calculation, and a 20 on the D20 is the only way he's out. If he doesn't make it, then he will just hold. Pollock runs at a 17. You add 2, makes it a 19. The outfielder arm, Jackie Bradley. Let's check his arm rating. He's a -3, so that drops into a 16. So a 1 to 16, he'll make it. 17 through 19, he'll hold. 20, he's out trying for a double play. That's a 3, so he will make it to third base on that fly out to right field. So fly out to right field, and with 1 down, that's big that he gets to third base. Now he can score on a sac fly or a ground out if the Red Sox choose not to bring the infield in, which I don't know if they will or not. We'll see. Yosmani Tomas, the batter, with 1 out. You know what? They're going to bring the infield in. They don't want a cheap run coming around. So they are bringing the infield in, and they're going to see if they can choke that run off. 1-11, Tomas against the lefty. That's a ground ball, third base A. With the infield in, the runner's got to hold on the A. He's not out at home plate like it would be on the B, but on the A, he's got to hold. So bringing the infield in, at least temporarily saved a run. 2 outs now for Wellington Castillo. The infield back to normal. 2-4, and that's going to be a ground ball to second now. Had they played the infield in and this happened with the infield in, that would have been a base hit. But since they were back now with 2 outs, Castillo merely just grounds out to Pedroia, and the inning is over. And now the missed opportunity is on the Arizona side, as they certainly had their chances. So nothing doing there for the D-backs. They thought they had something going, had a runner in scoring position with nobody out, and couldn't make it happen. So we go to the 5th, 1-0 Red Sox, and leading off for the Red Sox will be the pitcher, Wade Miley. Again, using pitcher hitting card number 1, but he did get a base hit off of De La Rosa's card his first time up. All right. Wade Miley. I had to put that in the computer. Wade Miley. 5-7. He's a lefty. 5-7 strikes him out. So De La Rosa is not tired yet, so struck him out. One down, and we'll move the cards back to a horizontal normal position for Jackie Bradley Jr. "5-3 against the left-hander is a single to center field. So Jackie Bradley gets a one-out single. Let's see if he's looking to run. We already know Castillo's a -1 arm. Bradley is a C-stealer, so it'd be a 1-9, so they're not going to send him. But Arizona will have to hold him, or he would go off and steal. So they will have to hold him on. And here's Dustin Pedroia with one out. Could hit and run with Pedroia. His hit and run would turn to a B, but I think they're going to let him swing away without the hit and run. 3-7, and it's a single to right field. Single to right field. The right fielder arm for Arizona. Inciarte is a -3. So Bradley, who was being held, runs at a 14, was being held, makes him a 13. You get +2 going from first on a base hit to right, going from first to third, makes him up to a 15. But then you got the -3, so that'd make him a 1-12. But boy, getting to third base with one out would be big. They're going to send him 1-12. They're going to send him, and he makes it. How about that? Pedroia will stop at first. I'm not doing the super advanced thing about cutting the throw and all that stuff. It's just I'm keeping it simple. So runners are at the corners with only one out, and now again the Diamondbacks in some trouble. Mookie Betts, the batter, infield will play for the double play. Pedroia not being held on first. He's not a very good runner, but they're playing back for the double play. Try to turn 2. 3-5, and that's a pop-up to short. That almost works like a double play. It keeps everybody right where they are, at least. Infield fly rule was called. Here's Ortiz now with 2 outs in the bases, still showing runners on the corners. Infield back to normal this time. 2-6, it won't matter. That's gone. Ortiz, his second home run of the game. 6th of the season. RBIs 16, 17, and 18. Big Papi has struck again. It is 4-0 Boston. All 4 RBIs, or all 4 runs, accounted for via Ortiz home runs. And De La Rosa may be on his last leg. He is set to bat second next inning, so I think they're just trying to get him limp through this inning, and then they'll pinch hit for him. Here is Bogarts. 6-6. That's a double, possibly on a 1-3. Anything else will be a single. And it will be a single, so hits haven't finished yet. And you got to make sure you don't try to leave De La Rosa in there to make it to the pinch hitting, and then he gives up more runs. Got to be careful about that. Here's Pablo Sandoval. He's not tired because he got a 6 there, and we're only in the 5th, so he's not tired yet. He could be getting there very shortly, though. Here's Sandoval. 3-9. That's a foul out to the catcher Castillo. That will end the inning. But Big Papi, a blast, a 3-run homer. And at the end of 4.5, it is Boston 4, Arizona nothing. And boy, Wade Miley was looking for run support, and he all of a sudden got it. That's going to be it for De La Rosa. His day will be done, and they will pinch hit for De La Rosa. So let's see who they want to use off their bench against the lefty Miley. Looks like it's going to be Jordan Pacheco, a right-hander. So it'll be Owings and then Pacheco to follow with Inciarte. 8, 9, and 1 hitters. First things first, it will be Owings. But it's a 4-0 Boston lead, bottom of the 5th. 6-11, and we check. That's one thing I didn't check was for injuries. Get my little injury sheet. Injury sheet, because when you get 6-12, 6-11, you could be looking at injuries. Miley is a 0, though, so he cannot be injured, so no fret there. 6-11, we'll look at the result, though. 6-11 against a right-handed hitter is a ground ball to third, 1 away. And now that'll bring up the pinch hitter, Jordan Pacheco. So we'll add him in on the computer as a pinch hitter. And on the season, Pacheco checks in at 238 in just 21 at-bats. No homers or runs driven in. So Pacheco will be used as the first pinch hitter. 1-8 against the lefty. He's going to ground to third. That is out number 2, so he fails in the pinch. And they flip it over to the top of the order for Inciarte. And bullpen for the Diamondbacks, it looks like Delgado will be the pitcher coming in for the D-backs in the top of the 6th. 2-9 Inciarte against the lefty. 2-9 is going to be a 2-out single for Inciarte. But down 4-0, I don't think you're going to try to steal here. You need base runners. Whether first or second or wherever, you need base runners. So here's Nick Ahmed. 4-8, and that's a 1-18 single. It's only 1 star. And it will be a single. So runners now at first and second. As 2-out rally perhaps by the D-backs, but it may be too little too late. Although now you are bringing up one of your better hitters, Paul Goldschmidt. One swing of the bat could make it a 4-3 game very quickly, and Mr. Miley knows that. So here is Inciarte, or I'm sorry, here's Goldschmidt. Inciarte will be held. 4-4, and that's a catcher X. Catcher in this case, Leon, is a 2. 2 and a 14, so we get to our defensive boards for catchers. 2 and 14 is a pass ball and a pop out. So the pass ball will move the runners to second and third, but then the pop out will end the inning. And I guess technically in that situation, had they tried to steal with Inciarte, that single by Ahmed would have put him at third. He would have scored on the pass ball, but you have no idea that stuff's going to happen. And you're taking big risk. So just didn't work out for the D-backs. We go to the 6th. Still 4-0 favor of the Boston Red Sox. And we get a new pitcher for Arizona entering the ball game. And it will be the aforementioned right-handed reliever, Randall Delgado. So Delgado is on. And on the replay, Delgado is 0-2 with a 3.75 ERA, 12 innings pitched, 9 hits, 8 walks, and 12 strikeouts. He'll be facing Travis Shaw, Sandy Leon, and Wade Miley here in the 6th. 4-0 Sox. 6-10, and we'll double-check Delgado for injury purposes. Delgado is showing a 2, so on a 2, that's a 6-11, so he just misses it. 6-11 is the injury check for Delgado. So in this case, 6-10, he's okay. It's a fly to center, 1 away. So he just missed getting an injury check on the very first at bat. And here's Sandy Leon. 2-11 against a right-hander for Leon. That's a single to center field. So Sandy Leon getting a 1-out single. And that brings up Wade Miley. And you got to figure he's looking to bunt. On his pitching card, he is a bunting C. Infield is in to be a bunting D. But they're going to play it that way anyway. Bunting D. And a 5. So we check the advanced bunting chart on a D. And a 5. It says batters thrown out by pitcher, runner advances. So it ends up being a good bunt. Despite being a poor bunter, he's able to get the job done. Moves Leon to second base with 2 outs. And that means Jackie Bradley has a chance to drive him in. So the sacrifice and I believe it said it was going to go on the number 5. D and a 5. It is by the pitcher. So it's a sacrifice to the pitcher. It's going to go 1-4 with Owens covering. So 2 down. Leon in scoring position will not be held. He's not a very good runner. And here is the top of the order. And Jackie Bradley. Sorry about that. Jackie Bradley Jr. Chance to extend the lead. 5-8 against a left-hander is a strikeout for Delgado, and that's going to end the inning. So Delgado pitches out of any kind of trouble. And we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 4-0. Favor of the Red Sox. Wade Miley still just rolling along without a care in the world. This is his fatigue inning, though, so we'll have to keep a track on that and see how he does because the 6th inning is his fatigue inning. A.J. Pollock will lead things off. 1-9 for Pollock. It's a strikeout, so no signs of fatigue just yet as he gets the strikeout. Going to bring up Peralta. 2-5. Lefty on lefty. A 2-5 is a single to left field for Peralta. So Peralta gets himself on base with 1 out. Of course, down 4-0. Not going to try anything. But the Red Sox will hold him on. They just don't want to give away second base, so they will hold him on. Here is Yosmani Tomas. 4-6, and that's a fly to right. 2 down. So Wade Miley looking at least to get through 6 innings. Could be going for 7th inning, but we'll see. Castillo, 4-11 against a right-hander. Is a fly ball, left field X. That's where the trouble comes in because that's Travis Shaw. He is a 5. 5 and a 1. Boy, talk about as bad as you can get. A 5 and a 1 for a left fielder. A 5 and a 1 is a triple. A triple for Wellington Castillo, of all things. He had 1 triple on the season, so it could happen. But he gets an RBI triple because you had that, maybe they should have made a defensive move and just didn't think about it. But a triple for Wellington Castillo puts the D-backs on the board 4-1. And that will bring up Chris Owens. Infield, of course, regular depth with 2 outs. Owens. 4-11 against Miley. And again, we got the same result. A fly ball left field exit is going to happen to him again. 5 and a 10. This may go to an error check, which may help him out. Possibly. It does go to an error check, but his error rating is an E16. So maybe it doesn't help him out. We'll see. That's an 8. E16 and an 8 is a 2-base error. So back-to-back bad situations by having Travis Shaw out there. You're not going to pull him out in the middle of an inning, though, I wouldn't think. You don't want to do what Billy Martin did to Reggie Jackson and embarrass him, but you might have to. 2-base error by Shaw makes it a 4-2 game. And now that's going to bring up the pitcher spot, and we will get a pinch hitter for the Diamondbacks. And it will be Aaron Hill, another right-hander, that will be called upon against the lefty Miley. So Aaron Hill will come in to pinch hit. And boy, you're almost tempted to make that change in left field but you've got to figure, what are the odds of it happening again? I mean, 2 consecutive rolls of 4-11, odd in itself. You figure it can't happen again, right? All right, here's Aaron Hill, the pinch hitter. He's only a 154 hitter in 39 at-bats. No homers and 1 driven in. That is a 6-11 for Miley. And that's a ground ball to third to end the inning. So Miley gets out of it, and I think that's going to be all for Travis Shaw in left field. I think John Farrell has seen enough of him in left field right now with the 4-2 lead. I think Wade Miley has seen enough of him in left field that they will go ahead and make that change in the bottom half of the 7th. Right now, we're going to the top of the 7th, a 4-2 game, and we need a new pitcher for Arizona as they had to pinch hit for Delgado. And it's going to be right-hander Addison Reed. So they will go to the bullpen for Addison Reed. See if he can hold the fort. Get you the numbers on Addison Reed as he's coming into the game. Reed is 1-0 with a 2.13 ERA. 13 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 walks, and 15 strikeouts. So his job is simple. It is to keep the score where it is. And he'll be facing Pedroia, Betts, and then Ortiz, who's already got 2 home runs in the game, so he's got to be careful. 2-9, and that's a pop out to second as Owings puts it away, 1 down. For Mookie Betts. Mookie, you better, you bets. 2-3, and that's a ground ball to first. It's a C, so we'll call it a 3-1 ground out. As Goldschmidt flips to Reed covering. 2 down, and now you got Big Papi up there. I don't think I'm going to walk him intentionally. Just take your chances you don't roll into a column 2, that's all. And he did 1-7, and that's a ground ball to second to end the inning. So actually, Addison Reed, a 1-2-3 inning, keeps the score where it is at 4-2. And the question now is, will Wade Miley come back for the bottom of the 7th? Anybody's guess on that one? They do have left-handers Inciarte. It's the top of the order coming up. Inciarte, Ahmed, and Goldschmidt. So 1 lefty and a couple of righties. In fact, a whole bunch of righties. So I think Farrell may be going to the bullpen there. He might cap Wade Miley right there. And while we're waiting for that decision, we will take a break and come back with the new Boston pitcher to start the 7th. Okay, we are back for the bottom of the 7th, and Matt Barnes will be your new pitcher for the Red Sox. And Barnes, not a lot of activity so far. He is 1-0 with an ERA of 0 in 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. He'll be facing the top of the order, Inciarte, Ahmed, and Goldschmidt. But before we start, it is a 7th inning stretch, so I'm going to stand and stretch. If you care to stand and stretch and sing along, for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. All right, 7th inning stretch is in the books. We are ready to roll on for the rest of this ball game. And it's going to be Ender Inciarte, top of the order, 4-2 Red Sox, bottom of the 7th here in Arizona. Matt Barnes is on to try to keep the score where it is and get the Red Sox to Koji Urahara. It's a 1-2, and that's a hit by pitch, so Inciarte gets plunked. Kind of an inauspicious start there for Matt Barnes, plunking the leadoff man. I don't believe that was could have been intentional. You don't want to put the tying run at the plate by doing something like that. And now where did my Inciarte go? Let me go find Inciarte. I had him and now I can't find him. I think I put him somewhere he shouldn't have been. So we'll pull him back out. There he is, Ender Inciarte. He will be held on, but he will not go anywhere. Nick Ahmed is your batter. He is a B bunter, but you're down by 2, so not really a time to bunt here, I think. Well, you know what? If you play for 1 run, you can cut it to a 1-run game. They're gonna let Ahmed swing away. 2-7 might be a bad. Well, he walked, so it wasn't a bad move after all. A hit by pitch and a walk. So Matt Barnes having some serious control problems here to start the inning, and the Red Sox bullpen again loosening as they have Robbie Ross, the lefty, and Ed Mojica, the righty, loosening in the pen in a hurry. Paul Goldschmidt, the batter, dangerous Paul Goldschmidt, 212, and that's a low. How do you like that? That is a low max to third base. I don't know if that's a triple play in advanced or not. I've got to check that out. I think it could be a triple play right here. I think super advanced you have to check for it, but I believe in advanced it's strictly a triple play. And you want to talk about a dagger. Boy. Yep, it's treated as the same as basic. So it is a triple play. A low max to third. Fielded by Sandoval. He throws to second to Pedroia to get Inciarte. And then I don't know what Aaron Hill was doing off first base, but by the time they got it all figured out, it is a triple play to end the inning. And talk about the super gut punch right there. Triple play. Don't see those every day. That's for sure. It's going to go 5. Unassisted. And then 5 to 4 as Pedroia merely had to tag the runner on first, who was already halfway to second at that point. So, boy, that's just rough right there. All right, so we go to the 8th inning, still 4-2. Addison Reed is done. He pitched his 1 inning, so he will leave. And it'll be Bogart, Sandoval, and Shaw. So actually, righty switching a left. So they're actually going to go to Andrew Chafin out of the pen, a left-hander. He will be coming on for the D-backs. Andrew Chafin, a left-hander. He'll be on to pitch for Arizona. Let's get the numbers on Chafin. The stadium's still buzzing about that triple play, kind of in disbelief. For Chafin, he is 0-0 with a 3.60 ERA, 10 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 walks, and 11 strikeouts. He'll be facing Bogarts to start things off. 1-6 for Bogarts against a left-hander is a 1-2 double, 3-20 single. That is a single. And actually, had he been facing a right-hander, that would have been a double. So actually, it worked out better for Arizona that they brought the lefty in. Xander Bogaerts gets a leadoff single. And boy, how many times have we said the Red Sox had a leadoff hitter reach base? They haven't scored all of them, but they've certainly got him on base a lot. And that'll bring up the Panda, Pablo Sandoval, much less of a hitter against lefties. The infield's playing back for the double play. Bogaerts will have to be held on. He's a good runner. You can't just give away the base. So he will be held on. 5-7, Pablo switch hitter batting right-handed. 5-7, and that's a bad spot for Chafin. 1-16 is a double. And that's going to put runners at second and third. It was 2 stars only. So a double by Sandoval. Single by Bogaerts, a double by Sandoval. And boy, the Red Sox have something cooking here with nobody out. And Travis Shaw, your batter. Even against the lefty, he's a pretty good hitter, so they're going to leave him in there to face Chafin. And the infield will have to come in for Arizona, no choice. 3-7 against the lefty. That's a fly ball center field B. Chance to score the run. And on the question mark B, Bogaerts runs at a 14. You add 2, makes him a 16. The outfield arm is a -1 from Pollock, is a 15. 1-15 he scores. 16-20 he's out. They're going to send him. And he scores. Sacrifice fly from Travis Shaw. Got it done. And, of course, Pablo Sandoval didn't think about trying to go anywhere. 1 away, but a run is in. It is now 5-2. And that brings up the catcher, Sandy Leone. 4-6, switch hitter batting right-handed. That's a ground ball to short, 2 down. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for Matt Barnes as he will be lifted. And then we'll go to the pen. I'm sorry, not to the pen, to the bench. My bad. They will go to the bench for a right-handed pinch hitter, and it's going to be Mike Napoli. Mike Napoli will be the pinch hitter. Now the question is, do the D-backs counter with a righty out of the bullpen, or do they go ahead and stick with Chafin? There are 2 outs, but you don't want to give up another cheap run if you can avoid it. Napoli's awful tough against the lefty pitchers, so they're going to make a move to the bullpen. So one move facilitates another, and Daniel Hudson will be coming in for the Diamondbacks to try to counter that move. The Red Sox will not counter with a lefty pinch hitter. They're going to go ahead and stick with Napoli. So it will be Hudson against Napoli with 2 down. So Hudson, 4th reliever used by Arizona. Trying to get out of the mess. 5-8. Hudson 5-8 struck him out. That's going to end the inning. But the run comes in on the sacrifice fly. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-2. Favor the Red Sox. And we'll get a new pitcher for Boston as well, as Matt Barnes got pinch hit for. They will call on a new pitcher. And let's see who the Red Sox want to go to. Coming up for the D-backs, it's Pollock, Peralta, and Tomas. So 2 out of 3 are right-handed. So it makes sense to go to a righty out of the pen. And they're going to go to... Boy, who do you go to here? They're actually going to go to Junichi Tazawa out of the pen. So Junichi Tazawa will be the one to do that. And we'll move Napoli out of the way as well, as he failed in the pinch. All right, so the new pitcher for the Red Sox is Junichi Tazawa. And we'll get a new left fielder for the Red Sox, as well as Shane Victorino, the Flying Hawaiian, will come in and play left field for Shaw. So Shaw is no longer in left field. They want to get his decrepit glove out of there, and Victorino will be the new left fielder, and Tazawa, the new pitcher. So Junichi Tazawa is in, and on the replay, Tazawa is 0-0 with 1 save, a 3.52 ERA, 8 innings pitched, 9 hits, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He has given up 3 home runs in just 8 innings, so that's something to be cognizant of. But if they're solo home runs, it may not be that bad. But boy, if you give up a 2 or 3 run homer, then all that work that the Red Sox did early on will be for naught. And here's Pollock, 5-7, and that's a strikeout. So Tazawa says, what are you talking about? I'm just going to strike guys out. So 1 away, and that brings up Peralta. 4-8, and that's a single to center field. So Peralta again getting a base hit. Of course, down by 3, you're not going to take any chances. But the Red Sox will hold him on anyway, because you don't want to give up a free base. Here's Tomas. 1-9, and that's a strikeout. So big strikeout there. And it's going to send us to Wellington Castillo, the catcher. They do have some left-handed bats on the bench, but I think they want to save them for when they get to the pitcher. So Castillo will swing away, 2-7. Ground ball to short. It's a plus there. They were holding Peralta, so that's going to be a base hit. That plus comes through again. And Castillo gets himself a single. Puts runners at the corners for Chris Owings. And now the Red Sox have to be a little concerned. Breslow, the lefty, still loosening in the bullpen. Here's Owings. Now, do you pinch hit for Owings? Boy, you might have to here. Not a very good hitter. So they're going to pinch hit for Owings. They're going to try to see if they can't strike while the iron's hot and they got runners on base. And they are going with Jake Lamb. So Jake Lamb will be the pinch hitter. Jake Lamb trying to make magic happen right here. Jake Lamb on the replay, though, only a $152. No homers, 4 RBI, but on his card, he did hit 6 home runs with a slugging percentage of .386, and he is a left-handed hitter. So they're trying to make something happen here against Tazawa. 2 on, 2 outs. Runners at the corners. of a 5-2 game. Tying run at the plate is Lamb. 5-8 against the lefty. Struck him out. Tazawa gets a huge strikeout. He's not tired, obviously. So the huge strikeout there, and Lamb leaves the runners on base. Tough break there. Now we got to figure out defense for the Diamondbacks, as Cliff Pennington will be the new second baseman. So Cliff Pennington will take over at second base. That will leave Strat-O-Matic as the only pinch hitter. He will pinch hit for the pitcher in the bottom of the ninth. But right now we go to the top of the ninth, still a 5-2 game. And Daniel Hudson's going to stay out there. Tazawa will be done, and they'll set things up for Urahara, assuming it's still a 3-run game. So we need to put Pennington in at second base so the defense is all secure. And that brings up Jackie Bradley, top of the order for the Red Sox here in the top of the ninth. Jackie Bradley leads off the top of the ninth, 5-2 Sox. 5-7 against a left-hander. That's a strikeout, so one away. And that'll send up Pedroia. 4-5, that's a fly to left, 2 down. So Hudson doing well for himself. And Urahara is loose in the bullpen. He's ready to go in the bottom of the ninth. Here's Betts. 5-6, that's a strikeout. So Hudson does very well in the ninth, but maybe too little too late for the D-backs. We go to the bottom of the ninth. It's 5-2, and we'll get a pinch hitter for the pitcher spot, and that will be Strat-O-Matic. He's the only one they have left. Jared Strat-O-Matic will be the pinch hitter. It'll be Strat-O-Matic, Inciarte, and Ahmed due up against the closer, Koji Urahara. So Urahara will be in. Get the numbers on Urahara and on Strat-O-Matic. Koji. Let's see what Koji will, if I can find Koji. He may not. What did I do with Koji? Gotta find him here. There he is. Here's Koji. He's in there to try to save it here in the bottom of the ninth, and he'll be facing Strat-O-Matic, pinch hitting for the pitcher Hudson. 2-8 struck him out. Strat-O-Matic was only hitting 250. It was a homer and 4 runs driven in, hitting 250, and he goes on the whiff. Here's Inciarte. 1-6, and that's a ground ball back to Urahara. 2 down. 1 out away from ending this thing very quickly and giving the Red Sox their 15th win. They would improve to 15-10, and the D-backs would go to 11-13. Nick Ahmed, the last chance, 5-7, struck him out. There's your ball game. So that didn't take long at all. Urahara wrapping up the save. And there's your ball game. The Red Sox defeat the D-backs 5-2 here in Arizona in Game 1 of Series 9. Totals on the game for the Red Sox: 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. For the D-backs, 2 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher Wade Miley, he's 1-1. Losing pitcher was De La Rosa. He drops to 2-4. So as we go to the standings now in the league, updating that victory, Boston now is 15-10, and they have climbed to a game and a half behind Cleveland. They are tied in second place at 15-10 with Cincinnati. The Mets are 14-11, so they are just lingering back, 2.5 back. Cleveland has only played 24 games. They've not played their 25th game yet in Series 9, so can't add them up just yet. Arizona drops to 11-14. So that's going to do it from here on the Strat-O-Matic Demolition League. Hope you enjoyed that presentation. Just playing it mainly to let you guys know I hadn't forgotten about it. It's definitely coming back for Series 10 after the second half break. But I wanted to get one Series 9 game in just to get back in the groove. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.